moment for God.
God didn't bring you this far to leave you. You are stronger than you know. And with Him, all things are possible.
Open your heart, cleanse your mind, and receive today's scripture.
It seems simple, maybe, but we're going to really crack it open.
Pretty powerful verse. Numbers 24.9.
That's the one. And our mission, really, is to unpack that verse.
Right. To look beyond just the surface text. We want to explore different layers of meaning, the really striking images it uses.
And those surprising connections across the Bible, things you might not notice at first glance.
Exactly. There are some real aha moments potentially waiting here.
Because this ancient prophecy, it's not just like a historical note.
No, it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
About divine protection, about promises that last.
And it even seems to point towards, well, a very significant figure much later on.
It does. So let's lean into it.
Okay, so the verse itself, Numbers 24, verse 9, it's from Balaam's prophecy, which is already a fascinating story, right? He's hired to curse Israel.
But he can't. God intervenes, and only blessings come out.
Precisely. And this verse is part of that blessing. He couched, he lay down as a lion, and as a great lion, who shall stir him up. Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and cursed is he that curseth thee.
Okay, so that first image is just crucial. Israel depicted as a lion, a great lion resting.
It's powerful imagery. What's it telling us?
Well, it speaks to their strength, their dignity, sure, but I think more deeply it shows their secure position, like an untouchable status because God's presence and authority are over them.
And that phrase, who shall stir him up?
Yeah, that adds this incredible layer. It's almost a divine challenge, isn't it?
Daring anyone to disturb what God has protected, what God has settled.
Exactly. It's not just strength, like you said. It's that unassailable peace because of divine authority.
Okay, and then right after that powerful lion image, you get this declaration.
Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and cursed is he that curseth thee.
Why is that specific phrasing so important right here?
Well, because it's a direct echo, isn't it? It reinforces God's original covenant promise with Abraham, way back in Genesis 12.
Ah, right. Genesis 12.3.
Yeah, it shows just how deeply God identifies with his people's well-being, even centuries later.
So the principle holds, how people treat God's chosen people. That has consequences.
It demonstrates it's not just history. It's an enduring, active principle. Divine justice, divine favor. It's still in play.
So it's bigger than just Israel in that moment. It's like a universal principle about engaging with God's purposes.
I think so. How you treat what God values, it matters.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so we've got the lion imagery, that's Israel's divinely secured position.
Okay.
And we have the re-up, basically, of the Abrahamic blessing and cursing principle.
Got it.
But the source material, it also points out something else, something prophetic, embedded right here.
And this is where it gets really interesting, connecting past, present, and future.
Okay.
Numbers 24.9, it doesn't just look back to Abraham or describe Israel then. It points forward, prophetically.
How so?
That same image, the powerful resting lion.
Yeah.
It's used later in Scripture
To describe.
to foreshadow the Messiah himself.
Wait, really? The lion from Balaam's prophecy points to the Messiah. Where do we see that?
It's explicit in Revelation,
Okay.
chapter 5, verse 5. The Messiah is identified as the lion of the tribe of Judah.
Wow. Okay.
So this one verse in Numbers, it connects Israel's identity, their security, symbolized by this lion, directly to the ultimate expression of God's kingdom and salvation, which is embodied in the Messiah, who is also the lion, conquering, yet sometimes resting.
That is, yeah, that's a powerful thread running through. Yeah.
When you unpack it, it's like a 3-in-1 powerhouse.
Okay, summarize that.
You get a vivid picture of Israel's divine protection, God's fierce authority guarding them.
Right, the resting lion.
Then it's a reminder of God's enduring promises, starting with Abraham, still active.
A blessing and cursing.
And finally, it's this startling preview of the Messiah, showing how deeply God's identity and plan are tied to his people's destiny.
Okay, we journeyed from Balaam's surprising blessing through that potent lion image.
signifying Israel's security, divinely protected,
And then through the blessing and cursing principle, echoing Abraham's covenant.
and showing it's still active, that reciprocal response.
All the way to that amazing prophetic link, the Messiah as the ultimate lion of Judah.
Yeah, fulfilling and embodying these very promises.
So when you see all those layers together, it really makes you appreciate the weight of this single verse, doesn't it?
It really does. So maybe the question for you listening is, what does this verse reveal to you about divine promises, about the security God offers?
Or even about the significance of aligning yourself with God's purposes. It feels much bigger than just ancient history.
It absolutely is.
And just thinking about that specific imagery, the lion, representing both God's people and the Messiah, how might that change how you read other parts of the Bible, maybe?
That's a great question. What other symbols might connect God's people's destiny, their identity,
Direct
to the Messiah?
Yeah, leave yourself with that one to maybe mull over as you continue your own reading.
Keep the faith. Keep pressing on. And remember, He is always with you. Subscribe and join us tomorrow for another uplifting moment.